Mr. Senthil Kumar from Daimler Commercial Vehicles, is here with the next question which he has with respect to this particular topic. So I would request, yes, Mr. Senthil, welcome, and then please go ahead with your question which you wanted to ask.
By the way, the point what we want to get benefit from this is maybe understand what kind of mindset is really required to adapt to this result-oriented leadership, and if yes, what should we need to do so?
Come again. What should be the mindset? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe understand what kind of mindset is really required to adapt to this result-oriented leadership,
right?
And
right.
if yes, what we need to do so.
See, one very important thing here is we have to first believe that let's be professional. And, what is professionalism? Professionalism is working with the right attitude and mindset. And it is about not keeping the cards very close to your chest, neither exposing the entire, cards for others to win the game. So that balance is very, very important. First of all, the goals should be very smart. Mostly, many times what it happens is the leader, they don't give the proper brief to the team members. So as a result, what happens, what they deliver is not matching with your thought processes. So the goals, first of all, should be very, very smart. It should be, smart in terms of, how we define the letters of the words smart. It should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be relevant, and it should be timely. That is exactly a leader should work with smart goals. Then a strategic planning is very, very required. See, you must understand when you become a leader, your mindset should be that I have a responsibility to take out work from my team. And how do you do that? You have to brief them exactly. Briefing is very, very important. What exactly I need from you? Because your briefing, if it is incomplete, the person who is taking the notes will not be able to understand or read your mind exactly what you are looking for. So you have to first tell them in a nutshell, give the framework to them and let them populate. So that is very important. The strategic planning is very important. Mentorship is very, very important for a leader to do for the team members. You have to focus strongly on the learning and development so that they are well groomed to understand the business, understand what is expected from them. They should have the enough exposure. They should be given, the mindset of a leader should be to give them enough leeway for experimentation and taking calculated risk. That is very, very important, because once they feel that I have some free hand to work, see, they will be putting more passion into it. So and another very important mindset for a leader is, because I have myself observed in at many corporates where I hear from my peer group or my some of my team members or different forums where I go. Typical thing what happens is a leader gives a particular project to the employee, his team or her team member. When the completion happens, they project it completely as if their own. No harm in it. You are responsible for sure, but give the due credit to the employee. You may not give a raise every year or a promotion every year, but even when the team member comes to know that their name has been referred, that this person played a very important and critical role in making this presentation or some innovation in it or some creative in it or suggesting a very good strategy to get the work done, it is a huge morale booster for that. So that is very, very important. Another thing is the right attitude. Now, and I would say it is a marriage of both the team leader and the team member's attitude. See, right attitude. What do we say? What do we mean by right attitude? Attitude is nothing but giving 100%. Now, because again, if we spread out the word attitude, A being 1, you will see if we add on to the letters ATTITUDE, it equals to 100. Now, what is this giving 100%? Is now here there is a thin line of difference. Why? Because I feel that I have given my 100%. The leader feels that I expected 100% from you. What is that 100%? Because this 100% becomes a myth at times. It becomes something, which cannot be defined. 100% is what, when I as a team member I'm giving, my 100% effort should be at par with what is expected of me. As a leader, my 100% from taking out that 100% from that team member should be how I select my team member in terms of hiring, how I groom up my employee, how HR also needs to play a very active role in this, to be very honest. Then how the big picture of communication is, how the mood management is. Because often what happens when the leader is not in a very good mood, the mindset that what you get, your team member just throw all your tension. That is not the right way. That is not the right way to do. So you have to negotiate properly. You have to, and negotiation is not only in the boardroom or with your, your clients or customers. Negotiation is also mental negotiation of behavioral negotiation with the team members, with the peer group in the organization, with your senior management. As an HOD, I am a team leader, but I also have someone above me. My MD is also a team leader. He also has the chairman above. So, it's a different layer of leaders we see. So the mindset should be that how do I define myself as a leader? This is very, important, how I define myself as a leader. So when I define myself as a leader for a particular, type of personality, so I also expect that from my team member. If I do that, what am I doing for that? Okay, what am I do? Augmenting team performance. Always there should be a motto for that. You should also have a very healthy relationship with your team in terms of, I would say, like suppose taking, your team out. Okay, after 5:30, I mean, if the time is 9:30 to 5:30, after office hours, you be a friend. Be a friend. I don't mean that every time you go and hug that person or go for a drink with the person or go to a movie with the person. Being a friend means there comes your humane angle. Your team member should have the confidence in you as a leader that any problem I face in terms of anything to do with office, any clarification or my personal life, if I go and approach, I will get a very practical solution. Even if I, suppose they ask for some financial help, it can be with the corporate policy. But then at least hearing the member out is very, very important. When you say, yes, I'm there, you can speak to me, come and speak to me if you need something, any clarification, any help or any, what to say, in terms of participation with the participation in what you need to do, I am there, so you can please come. You have to be a very approachable leader. Approachable leader, when you become the team member, they feel an owner of the work which is given. They really feel that, oh, this person is trusting in me, this person is there for me. Yes, at times I know as a leader, you may be facing a lot of tension because you know that some crisis is coming up, but you cannot pass on that tension to your team member. Rather, you should prepare the team member to deal with crisis. That is very, very important. So more or less, this should be the mindset of a leader, that how to be very professional, how to have the right attitude. I would say many companies, I'll give you an example, many company heads, not everyone is a very, comes from administration. Okay, some are engineers, some are chartered accountant, but they are leaders of a business. So each mindset is very different. Okay, so that customization Okay, see what happens typically if I had a boss who was a ex-IAS officer. So for him, the administration was extremely strong. I had a boss in Mumbai Airport who was a chartered accountant. So his focus was mostly on the balance sheets and processes. I have a boss now who actually is an engineer. So different shades of bosses you get, the leaders you get. How do you transform yourself and customize and prepare yourself to work with that leadership, you being a leader, and also make another leader? So it is like, a generation, grandfather, father, and the son or a daughter. So it is just like that generation which needs to bridge the gap.
Thank you very much.